Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we are taking a close look at an online clothing store you might have seen pop up recently, Tidenox.com.
Mm.
And if you've seen it, you know the appeal. The site looks really clean, very professional. It's got stylish blazers, cardigans, festive outfits.
And all at these, let's say, irresistible prices.
Exactly. Almost unbelievable prices.
So our mission today is pretty straightforward. We're going to dig into the source material and see if Tidenox is a legitimate store or if it's potentially another one of these online scams.
And really show you how to spot these signs for yourself.
That's the key. Knowing what to look for is your best defense.
Okay, let's unpack this, starting with the biggest red flags.
Well, the first thing is just a fundamental lack of transparency.
Right. So the website itself, it looks polished. You know, it's got all the right categories like fall, winter clothing, even a Christmas section. But what's actually behind all that?
Almost nothing. I mean, the About Us page has some nice-sounding generic sentences. Total fluff. There are no verifiable business credentials. We're talking no physical address, no working phone number, and absolutely no clue who the owners are.
So if something goes wrong, you have no one to contact.
You have zero recourse. And sources noted this is often a deliberate tactic. They register the company in a place that protects their anonymity, making it impossible for you to get your money back.
That's instantly suspicious. But, you know, I could play devil's advocate here. What if they're just a new startup? Maybe they haven't gotten around to all the paperwork yet.
That's a fair point, and it leads directly to the next red flag, the age of the domain.
Okay.
Our sources checked the WHOIS data, and Tidenox.com is, it's just a few months old.
Only a few months.
Yep. And for a store that seems to have so much inventory, that newness is a major warning sign. Scam sites often operate on a really short timeline.
So they pop up, take a bunch of orders.
And then vanish before anyone realizes they're not shipping anything. That new domain, plus the anonymity, it just really increases the risk.
So we have a new anonymous company. The next logical step would be to see what other people are saying, right? Let's talk about social proof. Customer reviews.
And this is where it gets pretty damning. There is a complete lack of authentic reviews on trusted sites like Trustpilot or SiteJabber.
Nothing. No one's talking about them.
Well, it's more like a void. We aren't seeing mixed reviews, you know, people complaining about sizing or something. We're seeing almost no verification at all.
And the few complaints that do exist.
They're all alarmingly similar. Shipping that takes forever or just never shows up.
Of course.
And if an item does arrive, the quality is terrible. It looks nothing like the photos on the website. And customer service, radio silence.
Okay, so if we can't trust the company or the reviews, let's talk about the thing that gets people to click in the first place, those prices.
Yes, the prices. This is probably the biggest piece of the puzzle because it's pure psychology. The discounts are they're not realistic.
They seem way too good to be true.
Because they are. No legitimate fashion retailer can sustain that kind of pricing model. What's likely happening here is that the site is using stolen photos from other, more high-end brands.
So you see this beautiful blazer for 90% off.
And your rational brain just sort of switches off. The perceived value is so high, you become willing to ignore all the other signs we just talked about. It's a trap.
So if we connect all the dots here, you've got the limited company info, a brand new domain, basically no trusted reviews, and these impossibly low prices.
It raises some very, very serious doubts about the legitimacy of Tidenox.com.
So based purely on the evidence from this deep dive, the final guidance has to be, approach this site with extreme caution. Or, frankly, probably avoid it altogether.
At least until some kind of verified authenticity from a trusted source comes out.
And for you, when you're shopping online, it's worth remembering that old saying, if a deal looks too good to be true.
It probably is, but maybe the real takeaway is this. The price of an item should never, ever distract you from the more important work of checking who the seller actually is.